make this a long video. I recorded like 10 minutes ago. I had to stop immediately after because I got a phone call. It's like I don't get a phone call for a long period of time or text messages or any kind of alerts. And I don't turn off my notifications because I'll end up forgetting to turn them back on. I did that before and didn't get some very important messages at one time. So I'm not turning off my notifications. I hope y'all understand why. And I apologize. I really want to make this at least about a 30-minute video. But recorded this earlier. You're just getting it now. Anyway, good morning. Happy Monday. 2 more days of work for me now. Really like 1.5. Because I'm not going to do a full day's work on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure they're going to let us go home early because it's the last day or whatever. But anyway. Of school. I work at a school, but I don't, Anyway, yeah, I'm just having my morning tea. I have stopped drinking coffee. Today makes going on 3 weeks that I haven't had coffee. And I had the withdrawals for a little while, that mild headaches. But they got a little heavy at night. And I didn't take nothing for them. I just let it went away. A good night's sleep. And I was good the next morning. And now I don't really have the withdrawals. Like yesterday, it probably lasts about 3 to 5 minutes. I have been drinking coffee since I was a teenager. I was drinking coffee with my mom in the morning while she was getting ready for work. And I was getting ready to go catch the bus to school when I was in high school. So that's been in my system for a long time. And of course I'm going to have withdrawals thinking that they will be much worse than they are. But I have stopped drinking coffee at one time when I was fasting. And I called myself giving up coffee. But I picked it back up later on down the line. And I really had gave it up for almost a year. Not that it's a super addiction. It's just a super habit that I've been having since for a long time. So it's really not that serious. And it's all about willpower. It's all within the person's mind. And, so I've been drinking green tea every morning with a lemon cough drop in it. Or honey. Not too much honey. Because I don't like my tea like really sweet. And just like I cut the sugar out in my coffee and just put a little bit of vanilla for the sweetness and the cream. So I don't like that much sugar anyway in anything I eat. Like if I have a taste, I'm not big on sweets. But if I have a taste for candy, I want like bitter candy. Like bitter hard candies. That's the kind of sweets that I like. But anyway, yeah, so it's been going on 3 weeks now since I've been without coffee. I've been drinking this green tea. And it is really good. And I'll have to get some more today. And it's herbal tea. I don't drink caffeine. I drink herbal tea. And for, like in the evening when you want to wind down, when you had a long day or feeling a little stressed or, just too much on you at the moment, I kind of wind myself down with some calamine tea. And I don't have the box in front of me to show y'all the kind that I buy. But I'm probably going to switch it up and buy different kinds. And they really do relax the body. And it helps you to where you can just, once your body is relaxed, it helps you to be able to like, just kind of deal with, knock out everything that's on your mind in a more calm way. And then it puts you to sleep. It like makes me real sleepy. It doesn't drain me, but it really relaxes me. It relaxes me to the point where I find myself in a meditating stage. And I don't even, plan to be that way. I'm just so relaxed to where I'm more in focus with just clear my mind of anything. So that's why I mentioned in one of my other videos that, try meditation. Meditation is really good. And I'm just really getting into that. And I've been reading up on it and everything. And my meditating technique is not the sitting up with the legs crossed and then eyes closed, nothing like that. Mine is just laying on my back. Just laying on my back, legs straight, laying on my back. And just release anything that's on my mind. And just breathe. Just breathe. Might even fall asleep. But that's, I just clear everything on my mind by meditating now. So that's something that I enjoy doing, and it's good for the body and the mind, especially mind. So, I drink calamine tea in the evening or sometime at night when, like if I come home from work and probably fall asleep for a minute, have a little power nap, jump back up, and later that night can't go like right back to sleep. So I drink some tea. Yeah. But watching this show last night that I usually try to tune into it, but I never think to set a reminder so that I can watch it. And I think it's called United Shades of America. I can't pronounce the guy's name. I don't want to mess it up, but it starts with a K. And I think his last name Bill. I hope I didn't mess it up. But tall black guy, glasses. He wear like a little afro, got a little gray in his hair now. And he's been on CNN for a while. It comes on CNN. He talks about different issues going on in the United States. And I first heard of him, and y'all probably have too. Like on YouTube, the video was floating around with the black guy that wanted to go meet up with a Ku Klux Klanman to talk to him and see where his mind at as far as being a Klansman, and why do he want to be a Klansman, and how do they think, and blah, 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 and stuff like that. That's how I first heard of him. And then they gave him a show on CNN, and I watch some of it every now and then when I catch it. So I just so happened to flip channels last night and was watching it. And he had an episode about Medicaid in the United States. And he sat down, had a couple of interviews with people who's, I think it's called paraplegic, people who paralyzed and wheelchair bound. So he talked to a couple of people, and I found out last night that Trump, I guess he signed the bill or whatever, to set into place like a voluntary end of life bill. And I'm like, what? And then they showed it. And y'all could go look that up. I'm going to look it up and probably put it down in the description if y'all haven't already heard of it. And I was just thrown up by that. Like, this man has really came in and put a whole dark cloud over this nation. Like, what is wrong with people's, like encouraging people, go ahead on and end your life? Because we've gotten so selfish, just saying we in general as people, not myself, because I'm no ways like that, to put ourselves and our abilities so far ahead of anyone else who may not have the same ability as our own, and look at them as somebody who's not worthy, and it's just so sad because they're already fighting for certain medical treatments that he done just knocked out, to where they can't even get that anymore. He already, everything Obama had in place, he already want to, get rid of it, or he's gotten rid of it already, like with the Obamacare and just everything with the reforming Obamacare. And he did because he knocked out a lot of those important medical services that those people needed. And it's just sad. I was just like so tuned in to that, to where it almost had tears in my eyes, because I'm like, listening to these people's stories, they ain't no different from us who have all our abilities. And God bless us to where we can keep our abilities and nothing happen, like to where we lose the ability to be able to get up and walk and do things for ourselves on a daily basis and become wheelchair bound like those folks. They just like us. Some of them, he even went to a place where he met a lot of people. They work for themselves. One of them is a coach. One of them is a dance teacher. And then he went to this other place where technology, modern technology has gotten so to the point where they're able to make like this bionics, like this body suit that you can put on for a person who's paralyzed, and they push the button so they can walk and stuff like that. They even brought up about the hearing aid, the aids that you can put in. You even see them put them in babies who are deaf. They put them in their ears, and they showed a video, like a very emotional video of the person being able to hear for the first time. And it takes a person, God give these people, this gift to be able to do for us in ways that so long ago we never thought that this would come to it. This the day where we will see these things being put into use for a human to gain an ability that they thought they would never have. They will live the rest of their lives not being able to walk or hear. He even took a walk with, and he'd have like these sit down or these one-on-ones. He even put himself in their position. He walked with a lady who was blind, and he covered up his eyes or whatever with a blindfold, and he walked with her, and she was telling him, not showing him, she was kind of directing him how to use his, the blind, when you're blind and you use that, the stick that they use to guide themselves around. And he was just saying, you never know what a person is going through until you put yourselves into their shoes. And it just, I don't know, it was just so sad to watch how somebody can just so easily, overlook, put themselves so to the point where they don't even care about somebody else. Like, that's the whole point of humanity, like, for us to put ourselves and our, put other people before us. I don't know. It's maybe hard for y'all to explain what I'm saying, but I'm just looking at how people can put together a bill to say, well, if you want to kill yourself, because we don't have the money to keep taking care of you. So if you want to kill yourself, the hospital have the paperwork set in place for you to just sign your life away, and we'll go ahead on. And it's something else that is called like involuntary injection. It's something to where you can end your life. And then one of the men was talking about how Hollywood, they hate the way Hollywood, they know that they're actors, but they hate the way Hollywood put movies out about certain situations like that, and with the handicapping people's condition, and they get, awards for it and stuff like that, but they never show like the real people who are living like this. They never show them and talk to them and ask them, like, so how do you feel? They never really consider how they feel about living their real life like that. So he was talking to a guy, and he said, if y'all ever heard this movie called, I think it's called You Before Me or Me Before You. And it's about a guy who's wheelchair bound, and he meets a girl, they start dating, fall in love, and she know about his abilities, and she just fully accepts him for who he is and his disabilities. And so he ended up signing his life away, and he ended his own life, but he was like a millionaire or something, and she didn't know that. So when he died, he ended up leaving in the will everything he had to her. And I want to see the movie. I do. I had never heard of it, but I was like, that's just sad, because I didn't know. And we so caught up in our own lives that we don't be thinking about stuff like that. Not saying that you gotta go and, not saying that because we don't be thinking about it, that makes us a bad person. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you just never know what somebody else is going through, and then dealing with, with just dealing with the way things are set in place in this nation that we live in, to where, what the hell? A mosquito. Y'all see me about to jump out this chair. So, yeah, it's just sad. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's just beyond words. But, yeah, and then I watched another program earlier yesterday morning. Well, not a program. I usually come on CNN every Sunday morning. They was talking about like what would have to happen in order for the president to be impeached. And it just seemed like it's him against, like he's a dictator to the point where he can get away with everything. Like, what is this hold that he have on them to where they can't? They have that power that we don't. To get him out of office, like, it's just too much going on. And, Americans are losing out on so much. All because of one person. And like I say, he just completely got rid of a whole lot of things that Obama already had in place to help the nation out, to help people who are less fortunate. It's just, I don't know. But hopefully it gotta get better before it get any worse. I'm getting myself ready to leave out of here. Gonna finish up this last little bit of tea, and I'll talk to y'all later. As always, enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I'll talk to you soon.